Wake up. Let's look at some Bitcoin shots. Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys having a fantastic morning so far today. Drinking the coffee, drinking everything we got. What's going on? Today we're gonna watch the market open. We're gonna watch what the stock market's gonna do. We're gonna see what Bitcoin is going to do on the open today. Will we get a move? Right? We've kind of been range locked for the last. I mean, we really look at it. We've been range locked since May 10th. For about 2 weeks, we've been range locked here. Are we ready for some type of move? Is Bitcoin going to absolutely nuke today? Is Bitcoin going to have rocket fuel to the upside? We're going to look at that today. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Jazz? What's up, Nick? What's up, Steven? What's up, Creighton? What's up, Mike? What's up, the Brown Kid? What's going on, man? What's up, Adrian? What's up, the Diamond Brook? Clancy, what's up, bro? Handleton, I see you in there. Anthony, see you in there, man. I see everyone in here. All right. What's Bitcoin going to do this morning? All right. So, Bitcoin has had a tendency of having little fake outs here. Okay. A couple little fake outs, up, down, good, bada bing, bada bing, boom. You had this fake out. We had the symmetrical triangle here. We had the fake out to the upside. We pushed back in yesterday. And then Bitcoin pushed right back to the bottom of this. And now it's starting to come back up and looked like this could just be a bearish back test. We got to see what the NASDAQ does going into the open today. That's what we're going to see, what's going down with Bitcoin. Guys, if you can smack up the like button for the morning streams, let's get it on my morning crew. Where's my morning crew at? What's up, Scotty Swing? What's up, bro? Crane said it's going to be a bolt to the right. I don't think it's going to the left. I think you're right, my guy. I think you're right. Maybe one day Bitcoin will go to the left instead of the right, man. Maybe. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see everyone in here, man. It's sleeveless hoodie weather. Man, it's like kind of cold out here so far today. Yesterday was sleeveless hoodie weather. Today, not so much. Not so much. All right, let's go and look. So, yesterday we kind of said that Bitcoin could have a move back up into these zones here. Because we know yesterday, just to do a quick recap of yesterday. Yesterday kind of played out to the T, right? We had rising wedge, we had the breakout to the downside, we had the back test of the rising wedge, and we had the move back down to come all the way back down to this region towards 29,000, right? And then last night we were kind of saying, all right, Bitcoin had a big move to the downside. Will the market makers come back up and take these? I know you guys love the vector candles here, but will they come back up and take these vector candles here? Because they have some liquidity to take up at these regions before ultimately moving back down to the downside. Well, they haven't done that so far, right? And what are we kind of saying? Bitcoin's only going to do that if we can break back above the 50 EMA. But look what Bitcoin's done. Just rejection out the 50 EMA, rejection out the 50 EMA, rejection out the 50 EMA, rejection out the 50 EMA. Are we going to get that move back up to these ranges? I will stand by and say, I think it largely depends on what the NASDAQ is going to do on the open today. Because if you look at the NASDAQ on the hourly is also sitting right at that 50 EMA. And what did we say yesterday, right? The NASDAQ likes to do these little fake outs over the 50 EMA and then get rejected right back to the downside, right? Slight move over the 50 EMA, rejected. Slight move over, rejected. Slight move over, rejected. Slight move over, rejected. So is the NASDAQ going to do the same thing that this has continually done, which is get back over the 50 EMA and then get rejected back down, which, coincidentally would, normally push Bitcoin back down, right? So, that's what we're going to watch today. We got to see if Bitcoin can get back over this 50 EMA here on the 15-minute time frame. If it can, it's coming back up to these ranges. If it can't, well, I guess the market makers are setting this up here for a move back to the downside. So that's what we're going to watch this morning if we can get back over that range. What's going on, man? Miguel said, need to accumulate more. Nice. Crypto and tech guys, so we need to touch 28.5K before moving up. I mean, ultimately, we're just in a range. If you guys look at this range here with these teal lines going across, I mean, 28.5, you're correct, crypto and tech guy. I mean, we just keep coming back down to this general range. It's really closer to 28.7. It's really a range between 30,700 and 28,700. Really just a $2,000 range with one slight deviation up here. But other than that, it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So we'll continue to watch it. Ultimately, I do stand by that. I do think Bitcoin has a slight retrace back up before continuing to the downside. Just because I think it would make sense for the market makers to come back up and take some of this. But, you know, let's see what happens. But, you know, ultimately, comes down to what the stock market does this morning, man. Which we got that open here in 7 minutes time frame. 7 minutes time frame. And my overall stance still changed, like for the macro sense. My overall stance still changes. I still see this ended up being some type of W pattern here before we ultimately come back to the upside. I'm just waiting for that one more move back down, which I do think is coming, guys. I do think that we're going to get that move back to the downside. Maybe not all the way back down to 25K, but I do see, you know, at least a move to the downside here before we continue back up to the upside. That's what I'll say. Let's see. We all get wrecked. What's a vector candle? A high volume candle, a high volume candle in one direction, right? A candle that's, you know, it really pushes the market in one direction. That's higher than the previous candles. If you want to look up the exact definition, you can, but it's along those lines. But yeah, so that's what we're watching here. Ultimately, I think we get that one more move back down to, you know, 26K, 27K before we have that move to the upside. I could be wrong, but, you know, take it for what you will. We still have this giant wick down here that I do think that the market makers will take at some point. It's just a matter of when. It's a matter of having patience. This kind of sideways boring market right now is boring a lot of people out. Just like we had that 3-month sideways all the way back up there, which bored people out, and eventually we saw the move down. You know, so just a consolidation ultimately, but let's see what happens, guys. Mike said, been sitting at 27K order for a while now. BTC keeps teasing me. It's going to keep teasing you, man. That's what it does. That's what it does. It's going to keep teasing you until you go, this friggin' sucks, man. This friggin' sucks. I'm not waiting anymore. And then you take out the buy order, and then guess what? That's when Bitcoin's going to go down. Take your buy order, and you're going to be Bob, like last night, saying, what the hell, man? You're going to have the Russian guy coming out saying, he took his buy order out. Dump it. And then you're going to put your buy order back in. He put his buy order back in at a lower price. Pump it. That's exactly what's going to happen, man. Let's see. What's up? What's up? What's up, Rodney? We all get wrecked. True. What's up, Slothbag? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, man. Yep, still the same thing on the daily, guys. Still expecting that move to the downside here before we move back up. What's funny is we have a lot of confluence here at about 22K, and that's ultimately where I think Bitcoin heads. Is around that 22K range. Not exactly 22K, right? The 200 SMA slowly moves up every week. So that's at 22,067 right now. That's going to slowly move up as every week goes by. If we look at the confluence at 22K, we have the 200 SMA at 22K. If we actually go look at the daily, we actually have a vector candle here on the daily, which we actually never came back down and took. We actually have two down here, back in the range between about 20K and about 22K. We actually have this range here that Bitcoin has some confluence in to come back down and possibly take that liquidity at some point. Doesn't have to happen right now, as always. We could get that W formation, move back to the upside like this, right? W formation, move back to the upside at their quick move down, come back up, take this, right, at about 38K, and then come back down to 22K, right? And then maybe do your thing from there. But that's ultimately what I see as far as macro moves is a move down to 25K, a retrace back up, right? And then a move back down to 22K. And then we'll kind of take it from there. From there, we don't really have too much info from there, but you know, we'll take it one day at a time, man. I guess at this point, 1 week at a time, as we say. What's up? See it? Someone said you got court this morning. No, man. This is a fresh Nike. A fresh Nike shirt. That's what we're looking at. If you guys want to watch, let's go look at the short-term time frames. Let's do some little short-term time frames. So the nighttime is when we talk about these longer-term stuff. Let's go look at the short-term time frame. Let's go to like the 5-minute chart. We don't really have anything up here to take here. Looks like we got another rejection on the 50 EMA on the 5-minute. We are getting a vector candle forming here on the 5-minute time frame, which, you know, normally would mean after this candle closes, you are going to see this come back. You are going to see this at least come back up slightly here. So let's see what we do here on the shorter term time frames. 5-minute, we have one forming there. We don't really have anything looking left at lower prices here. And that's why it's an interesting time right now because, you know, this is sort of a wait and see time for me. I wouldn't be trading anything at the moment just because there's not really a direction that's being pointed at the moment. If we look even further at the 3 minutes, we do have a vector candle that formed here. Haven't taken that yet. You know, normally you would come back up and take that as well for all you scalpers up there, right? For all you scalpers, you have this forming here. You normally could come back up and take that at some point, retest the 50 EMA for all you short-term guys out there. 1 minute time frame. We get deep and dirty in here. Yeah, we got 2 candles there. So this looks like it's probably gonna retrace back up here, at least a little bit before continuing back down. I don't think it's just gonna dump here. Unless like the NASDAQ opens and just absolutely plummets you, which it can do, right? It can definitely do that on the open. Nice haircut, George. Thank you, man. What's up? What's the stock market doing? We got 2 minutes until the open, my friend. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. I thought it was back to school day. Hey, man. Listen. It does like I'm going back to school because I have it zippered all the way up. I kind of like it zippered all the way up. It's nice and comfy on the neck. You know, Bob can't do this because his neck is huge. So I do it, and he gets pissed off. I can't do that. I don't have a neck. Or he does have a neck. Let's see. Michael said pre-vector candle Jordan was better. Listen. I'm going to look at the stuff that works, okay? I'm going to look at the stuff that works. I'm not going to look at little symmetrical triangles that don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? The NASDAQ is down like 200 points. Let's see. George live building the base. Guys, I can't watch George anymore, man. I keep watching it, and it's like, dude. What's up? What's up, priest? You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. You look like you're about to knock on my door and tell me about the good news. Facts. Jordan's new words of the month: vector and synopsis. Hey, man, I'm gonna look at the stuff that works. Not Carl the Moon symmetrical triangles. Know what I'm saying? But no, man. I mean, I told you guys this. When you look at the market this way, it's hard to go back and look at the other way. You know what I'm saying? You can't go back and look at it the other way. You can't, because this is how it works. You go back in the charts. That's how it works, man. We gonna go up. No, we ain't gonna go up. Star-Lord said, I did tons of analysis last night. We're going to pump to the moon. All right, here we go. We got the NASDAQ opening here. So let's see what happens. I think George has lost his mind after losing all his money in Luna Classic. Sure. NASDAQ's dumping. For some reason it takes a while for it to update for me. Let me see here. It takes a while for it to update. Hold on. NASDAQ. This one usually does. Yeah. It takes 2 seconds for it to update for me. Not really sure why. Like the S&P works right away. Like the S&P we can look at here. And the S&P's coming back down on the 15-minute. Breaking the 50 EMA in the 15-minute. Bitcoin, another rejection. Let me actually go over to the 15-minute here on BT Sizzle. Another rejection there for BTC. Let's see if BTC comes down. 29.2. Let's see if BTC comes down here on the shorter term time frames. Let's see. Ben Gilligan, man. Ben Gilligan. What's up, man? Bitcoin gonna go up. All right. Yeah. You guys get the point, man. Listen, I want to spend the later stream talking about more macro stuff, man. The morning stream is more of how many times can I say, I'm going to buy between the 200 EMA and the 200 SMA, right? That's my plan. It sort of gets old talking about saying the same thing over and over again, man. You guys know my plan, right? It's as simple as that. I'm not going to look at all these like fractals and shit that don't really mean anything, right? To be honest, these tech dev charts and all that stuff, guys. For macro stuff, I'm buying between the 200 SMA and the 200 EMA for my long-term holds. I will buy altcoins on the second retest. So we already got the one wick into the 200 EMA, right? We're coming back down to, in my opinion, to come back below the 200 EMA again, right? That's sitting at 27,128. We're about $2,000 over that. I do think we're going to come back into that range again. On the second test of this, right, as closer we get to the 200 SMA, that's where I'm going to be dialing back into alts. Because I'm mostly Bitcoin and ETH right now, okay? Mostly Bitcoin and ETH. And I'll continue to be Bitcoin and ETH until we get closer to the 200 SMA. If the market wants to reverse from here, awesome. It is what it is, man. I'm perfectly fine holding just Bitcoin and ETH. But if we get closer to 200 SMA, which Bitcoin's typically bottomed at every single bear market, then I will dial back into altcoins, right? That's kind of my thought process at the moment. You might be calling me a bottom dweller. I mean, listen, I told you guys this. If Bitcoin does what it normally does and it drops another 25% from here, right? 25%. Do you guys know how much altcoins will dump if Bitcoin drops 25%? You guys have no idea. Probably another 70, 80%. And it sounds crazy. Like, that's not going to happen. Guys, I don't think we remember. How much have alts dropped since Bitcoin was at 40K? Alts have gotten absolutely decimated from there. And if Bitcoin drops to 22K with all that mass fear, you best bet alts will drop another 70, 80%. So that's why I'm holding out on alts. You might be calling me a bottom dweller on alts. Like I said, I guess I am being a little bottom dweller on alts, but that's okay. I think the market's going lower, and to me, it doesn't make sense to buy altcoins right now, unless you have the conviction to literally hold for like 3 years, and you don't really think that the market's going to go too much lower, which I do think it's going to go lower at this point, but could be wrong. Could be wrong. Cheers to the bottom dwellers. Cheers, man. Who else is a bottom dweller in the chat? Let me know. Who else is a bottom dweller? Let's see. Just buy the dip. Buy the dip, man. Please let me start banning, boss. Waterfly, who are you trying to ban, man? Oh, I see who he's trying to ban. I see. Jordan shining like a new dime this AM. Thank you, Bob. Holy moly, we're getting demonetized here today. Also, I'm crypto rover. Some people are talking about a giant rising wedge. If you want to look at like this, I don't know how valid this is. Do you guys think this is valid? So Bitcoin right now really not doing too much. We'll continue to watch Bitcoin here in the shorter term time frames. 15 minutes, still can't get over that 50 EMA here in the 15 minute. Right, 5 minute time frame. Don't really got much here. Looks like, yeah, look at that, man. Look at that. You had that vector candle to the downside in the 5 minute. Guess what happened, man? We said we were going to get the retrace. Bada bing, bada boom. Got the retrace right back to the 50 EMA. Guys, I know some of you guys hate this shit, but it's what works. So I'm going to keep looking at it, man. I want to give you guys accurate things, okay? It works like freaking crazy. So that's that on the 5 minute chart. But going back over to some macro stuff, I don't know. I don't know. We know we love falling wedges here, and if we want to look at some like macro pattern here, like this, right? I know there's a lot of people talking about this. I don't know. I don't know if I think this is gonna happen. I guess it could. Like if see, I just don't see that because I see Bitcoin coming back down below this. It could just be on a wick. This is the weekly time frame, so it could just be a wick back down here before a continuation up. But I don't know. I don't know if I see that. I hope so. I hope so. You guys think this is valid? Let me know in the chat. Will Bitcoin dump today? 61% yes, 39% no. So 61% think Bitcoin going to dump today. Interesting. Will that mean it does dump? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Ban the skipper too. I've had low limit bids open for so long, now I forget about them. Me too, man. Me too. LB, what's up, bro? Damn, Jordan, look at that shirt. Why are you guys all commenting about my shirt today? Does it look spiffy? Does it look nerdy? What do you think? What do you think? Do you know what Mike says about vector candles? There's not. No, guys, it's too early for that stuff, okay? Draw the failed W as a fake out, then it's more accurate. The failed W? The failed W? I don't know what the failed W is, man. What are you talking about? Yes, Rodney said yes, it's valid. I don't know. It looks fresh. When's the race start? 2 minutes, man. I miss your water jar. Oh, you want to see my water jug? It's over there. I can get it in 2 seconds. In 2 seconds, we can get it. Let's look at the hourly time frame. Hourly is not really telling us much right now. We got the hourly stocks topped out. But the issue is, you know, I would say this, guys. Last time we had a move back down, right? If we look at the 50 EMA, we had that fake out above the 50 EMA yesterday. Last time we had that fake out above the 50 EMA, like we said up here, was when Bitcoin started to have the rally back to the downside. And if you actually look at it, I'm looking at the stock RSI right now. I'm like, oh, wow, the 4-hour stock RSI is bottomed out. That means we can't possibly dump at this moment. Well, if you go back and look, when we had that fake out above the 50 EMA here and then dumped, right back to the downside here, you guys can see that that you had the 4-hour stock RSI bottomed out here. But did that matter? No, you just kind of consolidated for a couple hours before. Oh, I would say for about a day before eventually continuing lower. So, as always, like these things aren't perfect science. I'm not going to say you can't dump just because the stock RSI is bottomed out in the 4-hour. You definitely can. You definitely can, especially breaking down from this and back testing it as resistance. You definitely can continue down. And that was kind of support what I still think is going to happen, which is that move back down to take this wick down here at some point. Down we go again. Starlord said Starbucks. Nah, actually, Starbucks isn't that bad. I used to be a Starbucks hater, but now Starbucks is, it's okay. It's okay. It's not my first choice. I'd still rather have Dunkin' over Starbucks. Call me crazy, but I'd rather have Dunkin' over Starbucks. 100%. 100%. Let me do a poll real quick for it, because it's the morning and, well, it's not the morning everywhere. Would you rather have Dunkin' or Starbucks? Let me do this. Dunkin', Starbucks. I should add Speedway in there too. Yeah, let me add Speedway. Even though, yeah, you guys don't have a Speedway. Let me ask you, Dunkin' or Starbucks? Those are the most two common ones. Dunkin' or Starbucks? Let me know in the poll, Dunkin' or Starbucks. Starbucks is overhyped? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. To be fair, I used to say, oh, I don't want to get Starbucks because it's overpriced. It's $5. If you actually go to Dunkin' now, the coffees are actually like $3.50. So Dunkin's getting up there too. Dunkin's starting to become a little stingy too. Inflation's hitting Dunkin', which I don't like. It's not a W, it's M. Jordan, my mom said. Your mom said it's an M? Wow. Nice, man. All right. Let's stick at the 15-minute. Actually, hold up. I enjoy the 5-minute charts, man. Call me crazy, but I like the 5-minute charts. Once again, another candle there. So I think we come back up again. Bitcoin trolling here. Bitcoin will come back up here again. All right, there it is. There it is. Bob came back up. Is it going to come all the way back up here? That's the question. If you look at the shorter term time frames, this might be a W, but here it comes, right back to the upside. Bada bing, bada boom. Short term time frames. S&P, yeah, you got the 15-minute close back below the 50 EMA. So that's not what you want to see on the S&P. The NASDAQ, if you kind of jump around, I got to save the NASDAQ to my watch list, man. I don't know why it's not over there. The NASDAQ, which still doesn't want to update for me, which I don't understand why. It's like the only chart that doesn't update. I could just be dumb, but, sometimes that can happen. NASDAQ, 1153. I mean, maybe I'm just dumb. You know, I tend to be dumb sometimes. Know what I'm saying? We'll keep it on this. Keep it on the 3 minute there. You can get beer in some pubs cheaper than coffee. Screw coffee. Screw coffee. Why would you want to drink beer in the morning? Maybe that could make you up. What's up, Smiles? Good to see you, man. Keep smiling out there. Cumbies 99-cent iced coffee. Dude, I used to get Speedway iced coffee or hot coffee because it was $1 for any size. And then they're like, and then one day they go, I bring the coffee up there, and they're like, you know, you can't have this for $1 anymore. And I said, really? And they said, yes, we have to raise the price to $2. $2 for that crap. I might as well just go to Dunkin' at that point. Know what I mean? Did the current wick low touch the top of 2017 high? Roddy, no. Did the current wick low touch 2017 high? No. As long as you're talking about Bitcoin. 2017 high was, well, this is not correct. It's right below 20K. Right below 20K. And we wick down to, at least on this chart, 25.4. So actually not even close. About $5,000 away from the 2017 high. Sorry. Dunkin' is for delicious donuts and good coffee. Starbucks burns their beans. Burnt coffee. Yeah. Listen, there's nothing wrong with Starbucks. Starbucks is for fancy people, I think. Starbucks are the people that's, I want a latte. Can I get a latte with my almond milk? And can you just put a little bit of cream in there too? Just a little bit. And then they don't make it right. And they go, can you make this again? I asked for a little bit of cream. Not a mini amount. Right? Because you can put enough. And then you could just say, can I just put a little bit more in there for you? And they go, no, I want it made again. Right? It's like, okay. I could just put more in there for you. No. Can I speak to the manager? You're being rude. Right? And then you kind of go from there. And you look at it. I'm like, I'm not being rude. But yeah, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. You know it's true. Dunkin's for the people that are just like, yo, can I just get a hot coffee with cream? Dunkin' people know that. Dunkin' people just know how to get coffee. Starbucks, you're getting this fancy blah blah blah. Oh, you know, you're getting matcha this, matcha that, cuckoo caca. Can I get cuckoo caca with this and that? It's like cuckoo caca with P with chuka. You know, Dunkin', you go in there getting a hot coffee with cream, hot coffee with milk. You're not doing this fancy shit. All right? Seriously. No, I don't. So I get a cappuccino sometimes, okay?
Oh, yeah, with different
Like,
flavors.
if you don't like the... don't get me started, man. Get out of here with your espresso. All right. Let's continue it. All right, yeah, so Bitcoin had that move back up. So let's see if we can get over the 5-minute 50. We always come back to the 50 EMA, but guys, look at all the rejections off the 50 EMA. You had to move back up. Big wick to the downside, rejection. Big wick to the downside, rejection. Big wick up, rejection. Big wick up, rejection. Big wick up, rejection. Big wick up, rejection. Let's see if the market makers want to move it back over that zone there. I don't know if they do, because you're getting those big wicks back up. Rejection, 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 rejection. Rejection. Matcha milk. You forgot the rant alert?
Rant alert.
Yeah. Mo said you are cheap. Hey, man. Some of the most richest people in the world are the cheapest people, man. There's nothing wrong with being cheap. Nothing wrong with being cheap. Star-Lord. I can't agree with you at Starbucks, my friend. But yeah, you had my rant. You had my rant with Starbucks. That's the question. BTC $68. We good? $68. All right, let me go back over here. Now, all right, NASDAQ is updating now. That's good. That's good. Finally. So we actually had a slight move up here on the open, but we know sometimes that could be a little bit shady, right? We can't really trust that. Let's check this. Bop 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 bop. Nothing crazy going on there. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's go back to the 1 hour on the NASDAQ, because the 1 hour on the NASDAQ We really want to see if we can get back over that 50 EMA, and then we can get the retest of the 50 EMA, right? Because like we said earlier, man, the NASDAQ loves to have these little fake out moves, gets people excited. Oh yeah, we're back over the 50 EMA, we're going to the 200, and then it just fakes you out right back to the downside. So what you want to see, in my opinion, is a breakup, a back test of the 50, and then a continuation up, right? That's what you want to see. You don't want to do what you typically do, which is break up, break back down below the 50. And that's ultimately, it comes down as simple as that. That's what I'm watching on the NASDAQ right now. Oh, it's back down here. So you initially got that rejection. It's back down here. So you want to get back over the 50 EMA, come back down and test that. Right now you're at 11,349. Holy crap, if I can read. It's too early for me. A huge gap. Yeah, I see it now. For some reason I was looking up here, man. It's too early. I need some damn coffee, bro. But yeah, you want to get back over that 50. You so far so good. You got the rejection. I don't know if it's so far so good, but it is what it is. It's too early for me, man. I gotta wake up. No, it's not too early. I just need another coffee. All right, Bitcoin. See, you can't get over that 50, man. You keep getting rejected from it. So here it comes. It's coming back down. 29,167. It's what we said, man. It's what we said. You got wick up, wick up, wick up, wick up, wick up. Rejection, 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 coming back down. Let's see. You had this wick down here, right? Bitcoin took this wick. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the take of this wick. When you see these wicks at the bottom, they usually come back down to take them. What does Bitcoin do? Come back down, take the wick. Come on, man.
Rant alert.
And now look. Now look what's going down. Now you're getting another big vector candle to the downside. Guess what? Bitcoin dumps here. It's probably going to come back up and take this. Let's see what happens, man. I don't think we have anything forming here on the long-term time frames just yet. All right, there it is. So we're finally getting that hourly one. Okay, so that's, I guess for the bulls, that's kind of what you want to see. Right? For the bulls, that's kind of what you want to see, because that means that you're probably going to come back up and take this range at some point there. So that's good. NASDAQ, let's see. NASDAQ's coming down still. Couldn't get back over that 50, man. And every single time the NASDAQ comes to the 50 and it gets rejected or has a slight fake out above, you do see a pretty gnarly move to the downside. Right? Gnarly move to the downside. 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 Bada bing. Weak hand selling in the face of global famine, war, disease. Grow some balls. Hey, like I said, man, have a plan. When it hits your plan, you got to have some balls to pull the trigger. If you never pull the trigger, guess what? Your money is just going to sit in your savings account. Have a plan, and when it gets to your plan, you gotta pull the trigger. Stop trying to think it's always gonna go lower, it's always gonna go lower. If your plan is to buy at 22K, stick to your plan. When it gets to 22K, don't sit there and go, oh, but now I think it's gonna go to 15K. Listen, what's gonna happen again? If Bitcoin goes to 15K, you're gonna say, oh, now I think it's gonna go to 10K. And you're never gonna pull the trigger and you're gonna miss out. So, listen, have a plan, stick to it, okay? Have conviction of your plan, and don't let red candles fake you out of that plan, okay? It's a bottom's that you're never going to see a green candle on the bottom. That's a good way to put it. You're never going to see a green candle at the bottom of a move. It's always going to be a red candle. So you're always not going to want to buy. Why? Because the bottom's going to be a red candle. It has to be a red candle. It's the bottom, right? You're never going to be like, oh, wow, Bitcoin's looking good today. This is the bottom. No, it's never going to be like that. All right? So pull the trigger with your plan. Have a plan. Stick to it. That's my point. All right. So BT sizzle. BT sizzle, BT sizzle, BT sizzle. Let's see. Ultimately, we're still stuck in a range. Until Bitcoin breaks as a close on the 4 hour below 28.7, which we're getting pretty relatively close to at this point. I mean, we're about $300, $400 below. Above that at the moment. Let's see. Hodl over 30K, buy the dips under 30K. That's my current plan. Me too, wait. Buying small amounts under 30K. When it gets below between 22 and 27, that's when I go a little bit more, right? A little bit more. Dave said, funny how the Moon Boys go AWOL when it's going wrong. Funny how the Moon Boys go AWOL when it's going wrong. Listen, man. Hey, Dave. Quick rant alert on you, Dave. Dave. Listen, man. The Moon Boys will be the ones who win in the end. Dave Pine. You know why, Dave Pine? Because I can tell by your comment in the chat, right, that you will never have conviction to buy low. You're going to be the type that buys in the next bull market at the top. I can just tell by your comment, man. I can tell. Because you know why? When you call someone a moon boy when the price is going down, right, what you're basically saying is, I don't think it's a good time to buy. I think it's going to go lower. But the thing is, you're going to consistently say that over and over and over and over again. I can just tell by your comment, man. I can tell. And guess what? Everyone that you're calling a moon boy is probably going to outperform you in the next bull market. Just saying, okay? Just saying. Because they've been accumulating Bitcoin for years. Doesn't matter what the price is. They've been accumulating for years. They're going to outperform you, okay? It is what it is. So you can keep calling people moon boys all you want, right? I know we make fun of George, but guess what? George is probably going to outperform 99% of us in the bull market. Why? Because I don't know what he's actually doing behind the scenes, but based off what he says, he DCAs every single week. He's going to outperform pretty much everyone in the chat. As much as I want to rag on him, he's going to outperform me. Why? Because he owns more crypto than I do. I guarantee that. So what I'll say is, I know we like to poke fun at the Moon Boys, but the Moon Boys will be the real winners in the end, right? It's fun to make fun of them when the price will go down, but they'll be the winners. They'll be the winners at the end of the tunnel. Just saying, man. Just saying. Not the little fudders who try to time the bottom on every single move. Not that. When 93 Honda Civic? Hey, could be soon. Could be soon at this point. Could be soon. All right, let's continue here. So 29,117. Michelle is here. No, Michelle's not here this morning. Michelle was yesterday. Dave can only outperform Gareth. I love when you guys go off and the guys in the chat can only outperform Gareth. Gareth, man. Hey, Gareth has been right so far. Listen, everyone's right at some point, right? It's like I always like to say, man. The bulls are right when the price goes up. The bears are right when the price goes down. It is what it is. Everything's easy to say in hindsight. It's easy to say, oh, 69K was the top in hindsight. It's easy to say, oh, 3K was the bottom in hindsight, right? Hindsight, you can't say, oh, I this, right? You got to, I guess, you can't say things in hindsight, man. I hate hindsight's so stupid, right? Of course, if you've been saying the price is going to go down for 2 years, of course it's going to go down at some point, right? Of course, if you've been saying the price is going to go up for 2 years, it's going to go up at some point, right? In theory. Wes said, I'm done almost 50%, but I still DCA. Holy shiza. I'm down almost 50%, but I still DCA. Yeah, just make sure you DCA at whatever your plan is, okay? I don't believe in just always... See, my thing is, I don't believe in just always DCA, okay? That's one thing I differ from a lot of people. I don't believe in just DCA at any point. I think you should have points where you want to DCA, okay? Whereas, if you want to DCA anytime Bitcoin below 30K, awesome. If you want to DCA at the 200 EMA, awesome. 200 SMA, awesome. If you want to DCA at 200 at 20K, awesome. Have a plan and stick to it. I don't believe you should just be DCAing at any time, right? I don't believe in the whole, throw this amount in every week. Because I think that's, that's if you really just don't care and you're just throwing it in. But I think when you have a plan, that's definitely the way to go. All right, so 29,050. Let's see if Bitcoin can hold the bottoms here. I do think this retraces back up. So we have this wick here on the hourly time frame, right? So what would make a lot of sense here? When you have this wick on the hourly time frame, what would make a lot of sense? Okay? Well, let's just do a little exercise here to see if this plays out. So you have this wick. Are you going to come back down? Take this wick, right? Now you have a vector candle forming here on the hourly. You're going to come back down, take this wick, come back, bring this back up into the range we've been talking about, man. Right? And then you're going to have the W formation back to the upside. Let's see if it plays out. Man. 29,000. Let's watch this. Let's see if this plays out live, man. W formation back to the upside, back to take this 15-minute candles. 15-minute candles up here to take. So let's see if that plays out here live on the charts. Let's see if that plays out. Am I bullish on FTM? I'm bullish on any altcoin you think that can last through a bear market. That's what I'll say. Any altcoin that you think will last through a bear market, I'm bullish on. Because quite frankly, guys, if we're going to be honest, okay, any altcoin that makes it through a bear market is going to perform well. And just look at 2021, man. Every altcoin went nuts, okay? With the exception, I mean, actually, any altcoin did well, okay? If you invested in any altcoin, you perform well. And it's a freaking lottery on which ones are going to do well, man. What were the best performers in 2021? Doge, Shiba, and ADA. All which have absolutely no use case at the moment, okay? So pick the ones you think will make it through a bear market, okay? Stick to those ones, and that's really what it comes down to. And have the conviction to hold long enough to the prices to go up. That's it. That's it. We're not talking rocket science here, right? We can dive into the fundamentals of this, fundamentals of that. It's DCA into the ones you think it will make it through a bear market. That's really it, right? I at this stage of crypto, I've sort of, I mean, it's kind of controversial what I say. At this stage of crypto, I don't think fundamentals matter as much as people think. I think it's mostly based off speculation and hype. Still, I don't think we're at really the adoption phase yet. Not even close, actually. So more so, whatever ones think make it through a bear market. The use case is being an absolute shib. Yep. This is brutal. What's up, Brizzle? All right, let's see. Let's see if this plays out, my friends. Let's see if this plays out. If this plays out. If this plays out. What's up, Bathwater? During this backpedal on ADA? No, man. ADA's still my number 3 holding. And ADA is still up 20x from where I bought it. So I haven't backpedaled on ADA, man. Just saying. And a lot of people like the crap on ADA. Listen, I'll say this, man. A lot of people love the crap on ADA. All right? Love the crap on ADA. But let's go look, man. So it's at 50 cents. All right? It's at 50 cents. If we take it from the top to the bottom, it's down 84%, okay? It's down 84% from its highs, all right? If we go look at, say, Solana, okay, for example, how much is Solana down from its highs? Let's go check. Oh, look, Solana's down 82%, okay? Let's go look at where everyone's favorite coins are here. Let's go look at everyone's favorite algo. Algo's so fast, man. It's so fast. It's gonna be the next big crypto. It's so freaking fast.
Rant alert.
Look at algo from that. Let's not even take the wick. Let's just take the top here. Let's see how much algo's down. Oh, look, algo's down 85%. Oh, funny. Let's go look at everyone's favorite coin, AVAX. Let's go look at everyone's favorite coin, AVAX, man. From the top to the bottom. Oh, look, everyone's favorite coin, AVAX, down 82%. I don't know why ADA gets so much heat, man. Everyone's favorite layer 1. Look at Luna. Luna's at 0. Everyone's favorite layer 1 or, favorite project is down the same amount as ADA. Yet ADA gets the most heat out of everyone. Okay, so I don't understand it. People just like to hate on ADA for no reason. Let's go look at everyone's favorite VeChain. People love VeChain, man. How far is VeChain down from the highs? Probably more than that. You guys get the point, though, right? You guys get the point. ADA gets unnecessary hate for no reason. 89% on VeChain. So every alt is decimated. It's not just ADA, and I don't know why ADA gets more hate than really any other coin, right? It's ridiculous, man. Let's go look at Polkadot. If you guys want to continue this, let's go look at Polkadot, man. Polkadot. And people see hating on ADA, man. But yet everyone hypes up these other ones like they're not down a lot. It's ridiculous, bro. Let's go look at everyone's favorite Polkadot. Oh, look. Polkadot's down 83%. The same as ADA. Come on, man. You guys are funny, man.
Why would altcoins be down?
Wait, Savvy sent a super chat to George bragging about how he was right about the market. George didn't even know who he was. No, George definitely knows who Savvy is. Savvy's been around for a long time. I used to watch Savvy in like 20. I think I watched Savvy in like 2019. Savvy's been around for a long time. What's up, Miller? Why would all coins be down? That's what I'm saying, man. People are like, oh, ADA's getting killed. Everything's getting killed, man. That's why I think it's funny when people like to just rash on Cardano. And that's not me like, I'm far from a Cardano maxi, okay? Cardano probably is less than 3% of my portfolio. But, you know, at this point, bro, it's like, you know, it just gets a lot of unnecessary hate, I'll say. Prolific said, BTC only true blockchain, therefore, thus, ergo. Sure. We're the only ones that are holding up better. Bitcoin and ETH. Actually, BNB is actually holding up pretty well, too, I gotta say. BNB. Let's see. What are you guys saying here? I even DCA my super chats. We will be fine. Patient. What's going on, Wes? Good to see you, my friend. Prolific said, BTC only true blockchain. BTC and ETH. BTC and ETH. BTC and ETH, man. Moody morning. Drink more coffee. No, man. Because people just jump on herds in this space, man. People just jump on this like herd mentality, and it doesn't really make any sense. But yes, very true, Kennedy. Very true. I didn't need more coffee, that's sure. More proof that Savvy isn't a grumpy old man. I mean, everyone's grumpy sometimes, right? So, to say Savvy, listen, you got to understand why Savvy's grumpy. Savvy, the whole bull market, Savvy was bearish. So think about how much shit he was getting. He got friggin' beat down like a horse. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got to think that he was going to, you know, he had to, you know, he was going to be grumpy, man. I mean, he got trolled, you know, and of course, when he's right, he's going to be, you know, he's going to be freaking, you know, acting like he's a freaking Super Saiyan, right? Which, guys, he still thinks it's going to like 6K. Like, he's not right. You know what I mean? Like, he's not, let's be honest, man. He's not right. If we're actually going to take it like quite literally, like who's been right and who's been wrong, first of all, the bulls are always right, okay? The bears might be right for a year or so, but they're always wrong eventually, okay? You got to remember, guys, Savvy was bearish here. Listen, you can't take what that guy says seriously, and I'm not saying you should take what I say seriously, but my point is, for someone that's always bearish, okay, you can't take what they say seriously, man, because quite frankly, you went like 2 years of just getting absolutely pounded by bulls. You know what I'm saying? So has he been right? I mean, he's been bearish right here, since right here. So you can't say he's been right, right? You can't say he's been right. The bulls have been right. The bulls are still up. I mean, even if you bought BTC at, let's say, at 6K, okay, you know, you're still up 350%. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So take it for what you will. And that's just from 2020. If you want to go back to 2018, it's even more. You want to go back to 2016, that's even more. 2015, even more. So take that for what you will. All right, let's see if we're going to create this W formation, or the whales, or the market makers, as they're called, do want to push it back to the downside. Let's see what we're looking at here, guys. Let's see if we came back down, took the wick. We do have this vector candle here. We'll see if they come back up and take this on the hourly time frame. I'm still waiting for watching this to play out, right? We know we have this zone here, which they've loved to come back down to consistently. Let's actually just mark this off. We have a zone from about here up that they love to come back down to, right? And we're waiting to see if maybe they want to come back into this zone, back test it again, right? And then create the W formation back up. Let's see what they want to do. NASDAQ could affect everything, honestly. NASDAQ coming back down still in the hourly time frame. Let's actually go to the 15-minute. NASDAQ still coming down in the 15 minute. So you broke back below the 15 minute 50. It's typically not a great sign for short term. And hourly got rejected from the 50. So NASDAQ's looking a little shady. Bitcoin's still coming back down here. 28,853. Let's see what we get here. Guys, smack up that like button. Smack up that like button for the sports commentary. Let's get it. 28.6. Let's see if they come back up here. If they come back down, the bearish scenario, if they come back down, they break this range here. That's when you could start seeing the movement back to the downside, right? We're talking, a break of closer to 28.6. You see a break of 28.6, that's when you could start seeing that move back down that we're all waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Until then, let's see what we do here in the short-term time frames. Bullish scenario, W formation. Bearish scenario, break of this range. Let's see which one plays out here. See which one plays out. BTC bounced off 28.8K. QQQQ. There we go. The trolls. The trolls the last 2 days have been great, man. Last 2 days. QQQ said, you are dangerous. You selling hopium for the noob. Oh, man. Listen, if you've been watching my channel for the last few weeks and you say I've been giving hopium, you haven't really been watching, man. You haven't really been watching. Bitcoin's going to 22K.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
The bearish one. Is the VIX coming out with the play today? It's almost over 30. We'll see. The bearish one. Yes, I'm a clown. I'm watching a YouTuber to get my financial advice. No, man, don't watch me financial advice. I'm still learning just as much as you guys are, man. It's all a learning process, right? If you watch someone they're not willing to tell you that they're learning themselves, don't listen to them. I'm learning just as much as you guys are. You know what I'm saying? Everyone should continue to learn. Everyone should continue to learn. But I've been learning a lot. And that's why I'm trying to come back up here and tell you guys the stuff that actually works. Right? But I'll tell you right now, I'm still learning. So don't like freaking say what I say, for verbatim, okay? At least for definitely for short-term moves. Don't be saying that. So, but I'm still learning just like you guys are. And we're learning together. And I've always said, these are the times where you want to learn stuff, right? Because the stuff that you learn now is less things you have to learn when the prices are going up, right? Like taking profits, like little things, man. Taking profits, having emotional control, not panicking because you've seen a freaking red candle, right? Learning how the markets kind of move and why the market makers move the market in a certain way. These are the kind of stuff. Whether you want to learn fundamentals, whether you want to learn about NFTs, these are the times to learn during the boring times. So. That's all. Just guys, continue to learn, and I'll continue to learn, right? And you learn though. Everyone has different things they want to learn, right? Everyone has different things they want to learn. Learning the hard way sucks. Jordan is a financial advisor. He wants that class action lawsuit. What are you learning about? More so. Listen, man. More so how the market maker moves the market and not thinking like a retail pleb, basically. Drew said, I can't believe you think buying into dropping prices is better. It's always best to buy when price is pamping. Facts, man. Facts. All right, are we going to break this range? That's the question. Are we going to break this range? Looks like, let's find out, man. We're right at that support. It's a 28.11. This is the support we're watching, guys. If this support breaks, that's the move we could see down for Bitcoin, man. This is the move that we could start seeing that move back to the downside for BTC. So watch this level here, right? This 28.6, 28.5 level. If that breaks, bada bing, bada boom, we could be seeing lower prices here. Let's check out ETH. I think ETH is already sitting at those levels too. Let's see, man. So we're still waiting for that move back down on ETH still, right? ETH on the 4-hour time frame. Looking for that break of like 1902, which right now you're sitting at 1916. So you're sitting pretty close to that level. Ultimately, still waiting for the bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. right? At the end of the day, for ETH to get that rise back up. Still waiting for that. Still haven't gotten it yet. So let's see. Let's see. Learn the hard way sucks. Breaking right now. Let it drop. ETH, $60 soon. What's up, Fitzy? I've been pretty good, man. I've been pretty good, man. The trolls these days are too low quality, too easy to mess with them. The trolls? There's not that many trolls, man. Michelle yesterday. No, not Michelle. No, yeah, it was Michelle. No. Yeah, it was Michelle. She pissed me off yesterday. Winner with a chicken dinner. Could someone please tell me when to take profit? What does that mean? King Libra, what does that mean, man? Like, are you in a short-term trade? Is this your investment portfolio you're trying to take profits on? What does that mean, man? Tell me in the chat. I can help you out. Or I can at least give you what I think. The funny thing about wanting to buy is yelling dump, dump on the screen. It's so true, Greg. Everyone wants it to dump right now. I don't think anyone wants it to go up. Which is really, really funny, in my opinion. Would you rather have Dunkin' or Starbucks? 57% of people said Dunkin'. Wow. I was not surprised. That's actually shocking. That is generally shocking. Holy crap. That is generally shocking. 57% of people want Dunkin' over Starbucks? No, that can't be legit. That can't be a legit poll. People love Starbucks, bro. Oh, wow. You never taken profit? Take profits on BTC when you turn 70 years old and need the money. I agree, man. But also, just like you have a plan on the way down, you got to have a plan on the way up, right? So you have your plan to take profits, and this is something that I haven't stuck to in the past. Like, looking back at it, God, man. See, you got to have a plan. You got to stick to it, you know. Because I remember back when we were a little bit higher, and I said I was going to take profits when Bitcoin hit 46K. If I did that, that would have been great. But what did I do? Got a little greedy, right? Bitcoin broke 46K, went to 48K, and yeah, the rest is history. So, you know, you got to have a plan when the prices are going up and stick to that plan. And same thing on the way down. Have a plan on the way down and stick to that plan. Have conviction, right? And I think the best time to have conviction in the market is when the prices are going sideways, because that's when you're the least emotional, right? When the prices are going sideways, you're not so biased in one direction or the other where you're like, all right, I'm not taking profits right now, or I'm not buying right now because the market's moving in a certain way. The best time to make the plan is like a time like right now, where you're kind of just going sideways, where you're super unemotional, you're bored. That's the best time to come up with a plan. Not when, you know, the prices are rising and you're like, I'm going to take profits at this level, because most likely you won't. Or when the prices are dumping, I'm going to buy at this level, because most likely you won't. It's when the market's going sideways. Come up with your plan and stick to it. All right. So far so good holding the support. So far so good. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I do think this is going to rise back to the upside here. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Everyone thinks it's going to dump, and I quite frankly, I would want it to dump, but I do think this is going to rise back up here. Maybe not, you know, super high, but at least back up to take this range here. At least back up to take this range here. Do think it'll rise back up to that range on the short term. NASDAQ continuing to dump here. So NASDAQ, we're seeing if we can make some new lows today. 1111. Oh, 111 equals 3, baby. The magic number. 72.93. Can we get back to about 11027? That's the lows of the NASDAQ. We'll see if that happens too. So we'll see. Violet vector candle. Stop in volume. Let's go. There you go, M1. You got it, my friend. You got it, my friend. You got it. The dump before the dump. We at least come back up to this zone here. For all you shark turn guys here. That's conspiracy. Daniel said boring me. Dan, wake up, my friend. Wake up. All right. Man. Another range-bound Bitcoin week, you know? I'm just kind of reading the chat now, guys. DXY dropping. Let's look at the DXY. Let me bring up the DXY on this chart here. The DXY. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, DXY 101.86. Dropping again. Yeah, I mean, listen, like, the DXY is hard to chart. I mean, you can't, I don't really know if you can chart the DXY, but the one thing I've kind of said about the DXY is if you zoom out and you kind of look at where we've gotten to, right? Right down here. And you come over here, right? The weekly highs, and we kind of said this. You guys remember back in the past when we kind of said this, like the DXY breaking out in this level, you know, we thought it was going to go up. So far, I mean, we drop it right back below the previous highs, right? 1-2 previous highs. We've smacked those highs back to the downside, right? So the DXY is getting a little bit of a drop here and back below that range. So, I mean, we haven't really seen the correlation with Bitcoin yet. We know Bitcoin's usually inversely correlated to the DXY. We haven't seen that inverse correlation, but I mean, it's good to see the DXY dropping a little bit. But we want to see the inverse correlation. We want to see Bitcoin pumping when the DXY is dropping. And we haven't seen that the last 2 weeks. We've seen more red for Bitcoin while we've seen red for the DXY. So, and as I always say, like, Bitcoin can still dump while the DXY dumps. Bitcoin can still pump while the DXY pumps, right? It's happened in the past. But, I mean, you do want the DXY, I guess, technically want the DXY dropping based off previous results, or past results. DXY is showing weakness. Facts. At the end of the day, it's a good thing that shows weakness. But you want to see Bitcoin start to correlate with it a little bit more. Or I guess a little bit less, I should say. Hold on now. I said the DXY would dump. I ain't no pleb. Creighton ain't no preb. Or preb. Clayton ain't no pleb. That's my new favorite word, is pleb. Just put the definition of the vector candle up in the corner of the screen. Maybe I should do that. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do that today at some point, guys. I will make, anytime someone's like, what's a vector candle? I will press a button and it'll pop up the definition right in the screen. Is that a good idea for you guys? Will you guys like that? Because listen, like, I want you guys to understand what I'm talking about too. I know, and I'll ask you guys this. You know, would you rather me talk about things that I think are accurate or, you know, basic pleb symmetrical triangles? Because, I mean, I'll still talk about patterns, too. Patterns can still work. But I've realized that's not the most efficient way. So I can come up with a button, all right? You guys want a definition of something? Boom. I can pop it up on the screen. Why? Because I know how to do that shit, okay? Because I know how to do that shit, and I can make anything pop up on my stream that I want, okay? Literally anything I can make pop up on the screen. Why? Because I am a computer nerd, all right? The computer nerd. I'm a one-man show here, and I have more shit going on my stream than any other stream does. And some of these streams have teams of 50 people, okay? Facts. That's what we'll do. I'll add that later. No, I'm ranting here for no reason. But that's sort of what I'm looking at. Entertainment? Nice. Lie to me. I don't want to hear about how Vector is doing. That's funny, bro. That's funny. Put porn on. Put porn on. I mean, guys, I'm gonna talk about you know, shapes too. The problem is that there's no we're not really in a pattern right now. We're just in a sideways action, right? You see this horizontal, or I guess, yeah, horizontal. I couldn't think of the definition. I couldn't think of the difference between vertical and horizontal. We're really just in a, you know, a sideways range. You guys see the teal line coming across here, teal line coming across here. I mean, we're really just going sideways. We're not really in any type of patterns right now. So it's tough to, you know, really, when we're in a pattern, I'll say it, but, you know, we're really not in anything right now. At least on like the super short-term time frames, there's not really any pattern forming, right? There's nothing forming, actually. If we're gonna be exact, there's really nothing forming. just to kind of reiterate it again, I do think the daily is going to dump here. Why do I think the daily is going to dump? Well, daily stock RSI is topped out, right? And you're not really, and you haven't formed that W pattern at the bottom here, right? So that's the two. I mean, I know it's, and there's really multiple reasons why I think we're going to go back down here. You know, one, the stock RSI is topped out in the daily. You got the bearish cross to the downside. Two, we haven't had that second hit to the downside. W formation rise back up. All right, we haven't had that second hit. Third, we still have some liquidity down here to take towards the 22K region. And four, I mean, we always bottom out at the 200 SMA on the weekly. So there's multiple reasons why I think we're going slightly lower here. I'm not talking super short-term time frame. I think sometimes people get confused. You know, short term, I do think you kind of rise back up here actually, and then you get the move back down. But I do think we're gonna see that move to the downside here. I think this week. And I'm gonna say this week. I'm gonna go balls deep and say that we get the move to the downside this week. What's up, Skillful? What's up? Rod, have a good day. Have a good day, man. I'll see you later. Look at Amazon. Oh, don't start with the Amazon chart, man. Listen, you can't see these same people that used to call my fractals shit are now saying, "Oh, look at that Amazon fractal," right? Guys. You know my name of my channel used to be. My name of my channel literally used to be Fractal Crypto. Okay. You can't come in here saying, you know, the bullish fractals are stupid, and then you come in here saying the bearish fractals are awesome. Okay. Now, so far, that Amazon fractal has looked pretty good. But here's the thing, man. Do you really think, like, ignore the fractal, okay? Ignore the fractal. Do you really think that Bitcoin's going to go to 6K? Think about that for a second. That is literally a fifth of the current price of Bitcoin. Think about that, a fifth. Come on, man. Just picture that in your head for a second. Do you think Bitcoin's going to go from a market cap of, let's do some math here, from about 500 billion to a market cap of about 100 billion? Do you really think that's going to happen? Can someone answer me this question? Right? Come on, man. Your fractals were crap. Come on, Mike. You like my fractals. Why do you think you keep watching my channel, man? 6K is insane. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Think about it from a logical perspective, not like look at this fractal perspective. Think about it from a logical perspective. Because the fractals I used to look at, they weren't terribly like ridiculous. I wasn't looking at fractals to 300K. I was looking at shorter term fractals, right? I wasn't looking at any fractals that were just absolutely completely unrealistic, right? That one I think is slightly unrealistic. You know, you got to be somewhat realistic. 70% drop here puts us around 8K. 70% drop. That's crazy. Looks like an M your mom pattern. Yeah, I mean the weekly does look like an M your mom pattern. A giant M, which we're still holding on for dear life. Like, look at where the weekly's sitting right now, guys. We're sitting right on that M formation neckline, right? It does look like a giant McDonald's pattern. I'm actually curious what the McDonald's pattern target is, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 M pattern. Let's see. What is the? I'm just curious what the target is to this. To swing high, to swing low. Let's see where this puts us. Let's see. I'm just curious. What the M pattern would look like if we did break to the downside. 12K. 12K would be the M pattern target. What do you guys think? Legit? Not legit? Let me know in the chat. The Cobra Strike pattern. It's going to drop. 12K would be the target there. 2014 crash, 2018 crash, 2022 huge crash. I mean, we've gotten a huge crash, man. Listen, like, you got to remember that market's mature, right? I mean, Bitcoin, you got to remember, Bitcoin's already had a 62% drop. You know what I mean? It's not like in its infancy stage anymore. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean it can't drop. Bitcoin's never been through a recession before, right? So it doesn't mean it can't drop lower. I totally don't want people to think I don't think it's possible for it to drop lower. It's totally possible. It's all about probabilities, though. Like, what do you think is the most probable outcome? Bitcoin drops to 14K or Bitcoin bottoms at the 200 SMA? What do you think is more probable? That's what it comes down to. It's all about probabilities. Anything is possible. It's possible Bitcoin goes to 0, right? It's possible Bitcoin goes to 1 million. But, are those probable scenarios at the moment? No. It's all about probabilities, man. I got liquidity for that. And you don't think we could swing down to 8K? The pattern already puts us at 12K. I can't argue with you there, Roddy. I can't argue there, man. All right, so Bitcoin's trying to make its way back up. Listen, a short term, it's probably going to come back into this little range here. Do I think it lasts to the point where it's going to continue up? I don't know. I don't know about that. But so far, so good. Another bounce off the bottom here. It just keeps doing the same thing. It keeps coming back down and bouncing off 26K or 28.6. Eventually it's not going to do that, right? Eventually it's not going to do that. But so far, so good. Came back up. You're actually building a second hit there. Second vector candle to the downside. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to put the exact definition of the vector candle on the screen for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are new to that stuff. And, I don't want to act like I'm speaking a different language to you. which I guess I know it sounds like I kind of am. Sometimes I forget that, man. Sometimes you know why it is? Because I've been doing this for so long that sometimes I forget there's a lot of people that are new to this stuff. And I guess I just kind of start talking about random stuff in the charts. So that's my fault, I guess. That's my fault. But I'm willing to admit when I do some faults, man. I'm willing to admit that, which is okay. All right, guys. So that's kind of my scenario for the rest of the day. We'll see if it plays out again, okay? Where Bitcoin, man. Let's go check out the NASDAQ one more time. So NASDAQ's still coming down. I think, we can do... The NASDAQ really controls BTC at the moment. If the NASDAQ comes back down and keeps dumping, you could see more hits to the downside for the Bitcoin. So, bullish scenario, W formation, you probably come back up to like the 29.3 range, where the 50 EMA is probably going to come down, and you're probably going to test the 50 EMA at that point. Bearish scenario, if you break 28.6, just be careful there. Because you could see some downside there. But either way, I think you'll see this W formation play out. And then depending on what the NASDAQ does, you could eventually see that rollover. And that could be the point where Bitcoin starts to have that dump that I think we're all waiting for at this point, right? That last dump that brings us down to, this lower range here before hopefully bringing us back up. But something along these lines is what I'm watching for the rest of the day. We'll see if it plays out, and we'll kind of go from there, right? All right, guys, catch you later. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't panic sell your crypto, and most of all, don't panic sell your crypto. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Get outside, get off the charts for a little bit. I'm guilty of that sometimes, just staring at the charts a little bit too much. And just really, if you're in a hodler, man, just be patient. Just be patient. This W formation, I do think will play out at some point. And we're super, super close to the points where Bitcoin typically bottoms. Okay, so have patience if you are a hodler, and the light, I would say, is, there's a lot of people thinking we're going to go to, incredibly low prices. But at the end of the day, do I think the prices will cover however low it goes? Yes. So continue to have patience and don't get absolutely just destroyed on the market, right? So I'll catch you guys later. Bitcoin's already trying to retrace here. Let's see if it continues up. All right. Adios, guys. Have an excellent day. I'll catch you guys at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be ready for an awesome stream. We're going to have fun tonight. All right. Peace out, fellas. Peace.